wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. I'm Travis. Dalethea will be here in a few minutes, and it is Friday, and that means it's time for Friday Night Smackdown. I'm not exactly sure what's going to be happening tonight. I think we're going to have some stuff with Charlotte and Ronda, and the RK Bro maybe, and the Usos. A little build-up to the pay-per-view that's coming up, that WrestleMania Backlash. We're a couple weeks away from that. What? And that's where we is. See if I can bring up the chat. And there it is. It looks like Walter's in here. Matthew's in here. Matthew doesn't understand why he got McDonald's food. Ugh. Ugh. And then Sophie says, "Hi, Gabbers. Thanks God I am not on time. My mom being a pain like usual." Where's Dee? Where's Dee? Oh, she's coming. There she is. She is super ready for the Lumberjack match between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Adam Pac-Man Pierce. The Postman. Trying to sound like Vincent Kennedy right there. Not bad. Not bad. Is it Ronda? Oh, Charlotte. Cuddle with him.
I'm trying to get stuff on my thing without him trying to rip my hands apart.
Contract signing. Starting it out. A little early for a contract signing, but whatever. Maybe that's what they want to do. Oh. He's like, I got stuff to do. And it does not involve hanging out with you people. He turned Russian.
Somehow my things had a big fat knot in them. That's cool.
Yeah.
Weird.
What is that?
My hair.
Ugh. Why'd you tie him up?
I didn't. I agree.
Get in the back of the line. Witch. Oh.
All right. What's going on? Oh. Stuff. I already talked about Matthew and Sophie. Okay, Matthew said Bray Wyatt returned tonight. I'm hoping. Sophie says, thanks to Netflix losing subscribers, they canceled all their cartoon shows, and HBO Max got pretty much all the subscribers that Netflix lost.
Oh, wow. Everybody going over.
Robbie says, what up, dogs? How much, Robbie? What's up with you?
What up?
Matthew says, Charlotte Flair broached the figure 8 on Gulak the other day. Seriously, I'm over that flat-ass bitch. Oh, that's terrible. Oh. Walter's like, Charlotte Flair going to talk? Yes, yes. Sophie says, did you hear about what the governor of Florida did today? It affects Disney World.
No,
but that's funny.
Love it, though. Did you hear about it?
No, but I'm sure whatever he did made it so that they're dumb. They're digging their own grave with the shit that they're pulling. They're like supporting groomers and pedophiles. It's like, what the hell? Like, don't do that. Should we get some water? Wasn't good.
I guess that's cap locked, maybe, is one.
Yes. That's what happened. Anyways, Piccola's in the chat. Hey, Piccola! So Robbie says, Charlotte just end Ronda once and for all. And Piccola says, sorry, Ms. Jackson, I'm for real. Yeah, you're for real. Let's see, Matthew's like, fuck Disney, end the pedos trafficking children.
Yeah, so Disney World has never paid taxes. They don't.
Yeah, they
they're
like
kind of
own their own land or
right.
whatever. Like they're their own government type thing.
Was.
Yeah.
Was.
He took it away from them
Yeah,
finally.
it passed the House and the Senate.
Did
All
it?
he has to do is sign it.
I
into
was
law.
wondering because I saw that they were doing that, but I didn't know how far it had gotten. But I saw that, so that's awesome. Good for them. Piccolo's like, what's happening in Gossip Knitting Circle tonight? I don't know, Piccolo. Maybe you should ask Sophie. Just saying. Just saying. And Walter is in here, and you said hi to him. Hi, Walter. If you're still out there in the world. Oh, we did. Charlotte Flair's going to talk. Kinda. But then you get your Rhonda. Everybody likes her, supposedly.
Who doesn't?
Me. I don't.
You don't like Rhonda?
I don't. I hate her. Like with a passion of hate and loathing. He needs like a toy in here. Like mice. Where's all those mice I got him?
They're on the table next to you in the front room.
He's like, I'm going to eat this Velcro strap instead. All right, so we've already got Charlotte Flair down there.
And Rhonda. They're both already down there.
Charlotte Flair's makeup is on point tonight.
Yeah, she looks
making
pretty
her
good.
look real pretty in the face. And then you've got the other dumpy over there. She's supposed to be all hottie, but I don't see it.
What kind of USFL amateur stuff is this? Oh.
He's interning to be his new assistant. Oh, Lord. This is going to not end well for them.
Yeah, I feel like you should have already had the contract. You know what I mean? Like, you don't start the meeting without it.
You don't start weddings without contracts, usually. It's really sad. Because, like, AK wrestling is secondary. But let's talk about Johnny Depp crap because we're completely enthralled.
What's going on with Johnny Depp?
I hope that he wins his lawsuit against Amber Heard.
Oh, is that what he's doing? Is suing her?
For defamation of character. Sophie says the governor of Florida signed a bill that evades taxes or something like that. And Matthew said Disneyland is a city-state for the deep state military-industrial complex. A month ago, several Disney workers were arrested for child crimes. Sophie says, guess what? My team, the Mets, are the only team that hit double digits.
Woohoo! With the dubs or strikeouts. What are we talking about? Wins. They got a great pitching staff this year.
Oh,
I don't know any of them, but they're very good.
but they're
Their
supposed to
ERA,
be
I think they gave up
fast.
1 run this whole year or some shit. She was fixing her bra.
She was fixing her bra.
The only way to win, I quit. There's no
We
way.
know how easy it is for Rhonda to say those words. Oh, wait. That's Liv. Sorry.
She quit her job, but she didn't quit.
Sophie's like, who cares about Johnny Depp? Everybody cares about Johnny Depp. Ravi says, Rhonda bleeping twat. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Johnny Depp. I like a couple of his movies.
Luna says, fixing my bra. Pfft. People's like more suck-up personality. Shoot, I can't remember this douche canoe's name. Douche canoe. Sophie says, I meant the Mets are the only team that hit double digits with wins.
Yes, that's what I was thinking you meant.
Matthew says, Rhonda isn't impressed, LOL. It's funny, Matthew, because I'm not impressed by Rhonda either. So if I were her, I wouldn't be impressed by myself. Sophie says it's Charbot and Ronda, the most boring feud in all of WWE. And Walter's like, boo, Flair, Rousey will win.
Quit. Last time Charlotte will ever say that, probably. Oh.
Ah, what are you doing, sir? Gotcha. Mine.
That's it. She signed it. Now will Rhonda have the balls to sign it?
Oh, what kind of garbage is going to come out of her mouth? It makes me want to cringe. Walter's like,
I beat her at WrestleMania twice.
He's around.
No, she didn't win the first time.
Did you guys see his bow tie? It's Smackdown-ish.
Blue.
Rob is like, Rhonda hopes Charlotte smashes her up. Sophie says today marks 600 days of Roman as Universal Champ. Rawr! What are you doing, kitty?
Embarrassment, I beat you at WrestleMania. Is that a new shirt for Rhonda? You tapped out.
You tapped out.
She's got to fix her bra. Her boobs were coming out. There's pictures. You can look at pictures of Charlotte's boobs on the internet from WrestleMania.
Hey, stop biting.
Unedited. They're just titty.
They're just boobs.
Just titties.
Titties. You're so mean.
Nobody's going to save you until you let it over.
Hey! No. No. That's a no. No. No.
Is Charlotte going to say I quit?
Charlotte.
Old Char. Oh!
Oh! She doesn't even get a chance.
So the contract is unsigned.
Oh! Oh, Jesus.
Whack. Whack. Oh!
Oh, no.
That was a terrible
totally,
swing, Char.
Well, she had to make sure that what's-her-face
Oh!
was available to catch
To the
it.
back. Rapid, repeated stick hits. Oh, she hit her in the ankle. She's like, it's because it's below a cunt.
That's right.
Oh, Gulak. He's
done?
going to get beat up by
You're
Ronda
done?
now.
You're
Guess
done?
what's going to happen to Gulak?
I need you to not.
You need to sign the
Come on,
contract.
curtains, bud.
She's going to cripple him. Armbar.
Okay.
It's probably fun for the girls to wrestle the boys because they can't hurt them.
Right here. Walter's like, ouch, stick weapon. Yes. And
Oh,
Piccolo
stick
says
weapon.
casually placed kendo stick. JVD is in the chat. Hey, JVD. Says, hey, what's up, everyone? And Sophie says, poor Drew.
Where's the pin?
Walter's like, Drew Gulak, bad day. Why would she put him in an armbar?
Because he took her kendo stick. He pulled it right out of her arms.
This is dumb. So dumb.
Women are dominant.
No. No.
This is woke. This is what they call woke wrestling.
Oh, is it? I hate it.
You hate woke?
I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan of the woke
No.
community?
No, I'm not.
It's just women. It's
No.
just women's rights.
No.
Women are better than men.
Women are stupid.
Women
bitches.
don't need men.
What the fuck ever?
They don't.
Fuck
They don't need
that shit.
bricklayers. They don't need mechanics.
Fuck that crap. I want
They don't
man-made
need
men to do all
roofers.
kinds of stuff.
They don't want roofers to be men.
Let's see. Ravi says, what a weak segment. Charlotte should have lumped her. Picola says, oh God, it's JVD. Stop talking about him, y'all.
Ooh,
He says, like I said on Wednesday, which I'm surprised I stayed the entire stream for, they aren't planning to end the brand split anytime soon, which I don't get why we are doing these unified championship stories. They have to
Charlotte,
do
Bianca
something.
next, maybe.
JVD says, what the hell is woke wrestling? The garbage that was on the fucking TV a second ago.
Leopold.
JVD said that. Picola says, what up, JV Dizzlol? And JVD says, what up, Picola? But did you answer the what up question? I feel that wasn't answered.
It's a new day. Yes, it is, sucker.
The New Day people.
You like when I say it's a new day?
He's like, yes, and then I eat your finger.
Uh-oh. Kofi and King.
He's very excited about the laser show that was happening for a second.
Who wouldn't be?
I don't know. He keeps watching it. He's like, ooh, what's going on?
Because there's movement.
And he's like, ah. Sophie
The
says The Miz
New
and Titus
Day.
O'Neil are going to be part of the NFL draft next week. Cool. Ravi says Defo woke this first segment. Pico says we're surprised you come back too, Sophie, but here we are.
Can Butch get his first victory on the main roster?
I don't know.
He lost last time he wrestled Woods.
He did. I guess he decided he should be a king again, so he has his little cape.
Should we get giant heads of ourselves? Just like hold them up in the air?
Giant heads? Or
yeah, there's heads out in
like
the audience.
heads or like pictures
Of a
on
head.
a post of
That's a
your
head.
face.
Is that not a head?
Sure.
Yes. A
Or
big
giant
face.
paper mache heads.
Throw them on like beach balls. It's our faces. Like, "Whoa." They get mad at beach balls at wrestling events, but people used to do that all the time. They banned it.
Why?
Because people are having fun.
Why? People can have fun.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of which.
What, about cooking?
Yeah. There's people coming over tomorrow.
Why?
Because there's a heavyweight championship fight.
Who's coming?
Obi and Danny.
Oh, good for them. Guess you guys will have to figure out your own food. Let's see.
Oh, Piers Morgan, whoever that is.
Oh, he's going to get caught. It's going to be a fail. Oh, almost a fail.
He's so athletic.
Almost a fail.
He's like a Siamese LeBron James. Like, he wants that TV. He's going to attack it.
He's like, this seems really nice. I should stay here and play with this vacuum. I'm going to be on the very, very edge.
I'm going to sleep upside down like a bat.
Let's see. Here's a trivia question for you. Who hosted the first episode of Prime Time Wrestling?
Prime time, anytime.
Prime Time Wrestling. JVD says it's funny it's called woke because it nearly put me to sleep. So he's like, the kitten is the cute one out of the three of you, and I take the kitty over Ayla or Brandon or that guy that did this whenever Dee wasn't here. I won't deny that he's cute. Matthew says, get bobbleheads. And Pickle says, fat heads like Cody. Do it. Sophie says, Mother's Day is coming up soon. Any plans for it yet? I figured I'd do a seance and see if I could get a hold of my mom in the dead world and see if she would talk to me. Figured that was a good idea.
You like a Ouija board?
Sure.
That's creepy. Like candles?
Sure. Why not? That's my plans for Mother's Day. Hope Mom's ready. Piccolo says, you think if I brought her ashes that she would be more ready?
You're doing it here?
Sure.
Why don't you do that at your house, didn't you?
No, I'm going to do it here.
No.
I want to show her my home that she's never seen.
Wow.
Meet my dog she's never met. Meet a human I'm with it she's never met. Gotta do it somewhere, right?
Everybody did a camper.
No. Pickle's like, technically, only Cesaro was anti-beach ball. Why was he anti-beach ball? What happened?
I think he said something about it one time.
What's
just
the tea?
fans would do that during the boring matches. They just throw beach balls around the audience.
That sounds fun. I think I've seen that before. Long time ago when you watched pay-per-views, like over 10 years ago. Or 10 years ago. Pickle's like, sweet Gorilla and Bobby the Brain. I don't know. I'll tell you guys here in a second or two. Rob's like, good old Rhonda taking valuable time from others. TV time. JVD's like, sorry to hear about your mom, Dalethea. It's okay, JVD. It's been 10 years. It's fine.
It'll be 10 years and a month.
No, it'll be 11 years.
Oh, 11 years and a month.
Walter says, new day for the win. As Sophie says, usually WWE holds pay-per-views on both Mother's Day and Father's Day every year. That's
We
fantastic.
do not have one. Wait, who?
WWE.
They do not have one on Father's Day this year.
Robbie's like, oh, good luck with your medium. And Pico's like, I'm not going to touch that. I don't mess with the afterlife.
Right.
Well, I figured that since Mother's Day was coming up and I should have
Beetlejuice.
plans, I figured that was a good plan. Why not? The answer to that trivia question was Jack Reynolds and Jesse Ventura.
Oh, Jesse the Body.
Robbie's like, sorry about your mom. It's alright. Like I said, it's been almost 11 years. I like to make jokes about it now. I'm sure she appreciates it. Pickles like Raw after WrestleMania, they were tossing the beach ball around and Party Pooper Cesaro poked it and crushed it.
Yeah, he was a heel at that time. He probably wanted to play and got in trouble.
He was like, ugh,
1,
I hate that beach
2,
ball.
Butch kicks out.
He's like, I didn't want to wrestle it like what's his face wrestles a blow up doll, so I killed it instead with my
Oh, Butch and
daggers
Xavier.
shanks. Walter says, okay, at 9:10 p.m. I'm going my time. Be here on Monday for Raw. Still here in chat. Fantastic.
Yeah, no problem.
Sophie says,
So, this Butch looks so weird out there. He's got weird pants on, and he keeps his knees really close together, so it's like he's trying to hold his wee tucked or something. So if you ever see him, how he wrestles.
Doesn't he wrestle the same way he did when he was the
I
other
don't
guy?
know. He was in like a fat man suit.
Yeah, he looked exactly
leotard
the same.
or whatever
he
it was
just
called.
is wearing pants now.
Yeah, but I didn't pay attention to it before because you couldn't really tell because you could see his legs. Now it's obvious because he's wearing girl pants.
I don't know if those are technically girl pants.
They're high water tight pants. They're called capris. Oh, Butch going right after Xavier's face.
And his arm.
If he can break that arm. And that's what he's known for, is this joint manipulation. Beth Phoenix loves this guy.
Yeah, because that's all she has to say when she does commentary.
Uh-oh, watch this. He's going to twist.
Oh, there
on
it
this
is. There's your...
Is Woods going to tap? Is he tapping with his foot? Was that a tap? That's his fingers that he plays video games with.
Oh, no. He should be really dexterity in those then.
Uh-oh. This is bad. This is what Shayna Baszler does.
Ah.
Oh!
I think he has no
He should
arm.
do that to the Achilles tendon area.
Yes, he should.
He's weak there.
Very weak. Sophie says, my mom is thinking about getting rid of Netflix or do what she does with Showtime by unsubscribing from it and subscribe to it again if it's a show that we want to watch on it.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Yeah,
And
like only have it for a month and then watch or binge watch whatever you're going to watch and then be done with it for a while until something else comes out.
Right. And sometimes, not always, but some of those platforms, when you go to cancel, they'll give you a deal for like 2 or 3 months.
And I'll be like, fuck you.
Oh,
I don't want your
right.
damn deal.
Or don't take the deal.
That's right.
Either one
JVD
works.
says, I can't even deal with now life, let alone after life. Sophie's like, I don't think most of us weren't born when main event was around.
Saturday night main event when I was a kid?
You
I
don't
was
know.
born.
You don't know. You don't know that, Sophie. Rob is like, JVD, you never have by the sounds of it, LOL. Sophie says,
Butch all the way down to the outside.
Sophie says, my dad died almost 13 years ago. He died a week before Father's Day. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Sophie. It really sucks losing a parent. JVD says, Butch reminds me of Scrappy Doo. And Matthew says, he's a chimney sweeper before he's a wrestler. And JVD says, sorry to hear that, Sophie. Matthew, we've seen chimney sweeps, and I bet Travis will disagree on him looking like a chimney sweep.
He looks like one of those guys.
Do you think he looks like one of those guys?
He could have been a dancer on Mary Poppins.
On Mary Poppins?
We watched Mary
Poppins.
I watched Mary Poppins for the first time last week.
Travis was very excited by it. He really, really enjoyed it a lot.
There's some actors in there that I didn't even know were in there, so it was pretty cool. I'm glad that everybody's apologized.
Why are they so dumb? Oh, anyways, here is a trivia question for you, hopefully before all your times, so Sophie can make a rude comment about it. Who challenged Hulk Hogan for the WWE Championship on the first Saturday night's main event? Just do it, Travis. Just yawn. Cover your mouth. Just do it. Just let it out. Let it out. Let that yawn out. You're over there like... trying to hold your yawn in.
You're yawning.
You're a yawner. So it says I wasn't paying attention to the trivia question. P. Cole's like, can we stop with the death talk? I'm not too comfortable. Yeah. Matthew's like, who does the fashion on WWE? Either wear a belt or suspenders, not both. Over accessorizing is criminal.
What's funny about that is his suspenders are like old and beat up. Like they were like his grandpa's or something.
Pico's like, that's how these subs reel you back in. Woo! Matthew's like, he's an old school chimney sweeper. Rob is like, LOD, that English accent is better than mine. Jacob says, hey, friends at work again. Yeah? I'm sorry to hear that, bud. Pico says, there's another Minions movie, but why? JVD's laughing, yawn. And Jacob says, hey, Matthew. And Matthew says, this one time I didn't have dishwasher soap, so I used fish soap. My kitchen was a foam party, LOL. It was such a mess. I didn't know they
what
made fish soap. Did it smell really bad too? I mean, I could only imagine the stink. Like, you would never get that out of your dishes.
Is it for fish, or is it called that
because it's made out of fish?
Because you clean fish with it.
Is it made out of fish, or do you clean fish with it? You know, he didn't make fish soap right. He meant dish soap, but he spelled it fish soap. But it's more funny.
I'm like, what is fish soap?
It's more funny to read it that way. I love it. Oh, so much fun. Oh, Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Ben says, hey, well, I was only going to be here for Leopold, and I don't see him.
He's sleeping
so I guess
up there.
I have to go. Bye, everyone. That's sad, Ben. He's up there sleeping. He was.
Yeah, you already missed the spawn.
Caterwauling around earlier. You missed him.
You missed the spawn, so you might as well stick around. You can see the lumberjack match between the old angry redhead and Drew McIntyre. Fidel Castro.
The answer to that trivia question was Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. There, you guys all know who challenged the Hulk.
That's Randy's dad.
For the WWE Championship. He challenged him for it. Let's see. Jacob says, hey, Vin. Pickle's like, I'm going to say earthquake. It was incorrect.
Earthquake.
Robbie says, Cola, are you easily reeled back in? And Pickle's like, what you mean, Robbie? And Sophie says, my grandma is back in New York and her DVR didn't record all the episodes she missed when she was staying in Florida for 3 months. Her DVR only recorded 5 episodes of whatever series she watches. It's always a bummer. JVD's laughing and Matthew says, oh, you know those sucker fish. I've them on a mop. I've them on a mop.
Butch getting beat. Oh, leg sweep.
You have them on a mop. Is that what you mean? Jacob's like, did you know that they have Squatch soap? Like Sasquatch soap? Pickle's like, I mean, I just can't say no, I guess. And Matthew's like, oh, I and Jacob. I was like, easily swayed, Cola. Jacob says, Matthew, let's have you come to work sometime with me. Sophie says, thank God I could pause SmackDown because, of course, my dog wanted to go outside to pee.
Good puppy.
Sophie's like, and also, they're also taping next week's episode of SmackDown tonight.
Would not surprise me since they're going to be in Europe.
Who is?
WWE.
Oh. For house shows?
Well, kind of, yeah. Basically. They're gonna be touring Europe.
Matthew's like, hello, I've them. Hello, what the fuck? My fucking typo. They crack me up. Fish soap.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Butch has yet to win a match.
Quick fruit roll up again.
Woods. Or not Woods. Yeah, Xavier Woods.
Did it. Against Butch. Now he's really going to be mad. Jacob's like, yeah, the soap is called Dr. Squatch. I have no idea. Matthew's like, what do you do, Jacob? What kind of facility or industrial stuff are you into? But here's like, Travis, do you think Xavier will be locked into the mid-card guy role for the rest of his career? Even if he lands in AEW or Impact?
Yeah, he's never going to be anything more than just what he is. But they're a great tag team. I personally like him better with Big E, but in the state that they're in, I think I'd be okay with it if they became tag team champions again. I like the New Day, personally.
Why is he so angry?
Because he lost again. He's uncontrollable.
He needs to really work on that.
He's got little man disease. He's going through the crowd. Be careful. He'll beat the crowd up.
Rawr,
oh, look at the security guard.
He's like, I hate your face.
The security guard was tiny.
Petulant, spoiled brat. Jacob says, Matthew, I clean a school. Does that make you a janitor or a custodian? Which would you rather be called? Sophie says, I guess they don't want to do Raw and SmackDown in London like they usually do. Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla. How's it
Hello.
going? Matthew says, I'm not allowed in school. Why? Jacob says, is Butch Trent
Hey, look who it
7
is.
from NXT? Jacob, no.
I have no idea.
Butch is
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne from NXT. Walter says, Butch is crazy, lost, and mad. Jacob's like, custodian. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, well, Leah's out there talking with Ricochet, huh?
Yeah, old Leah.
We haven't seen her around for a while. She's like, well, I decided I'd wear my bikini out here tonight.
Bikini with pants.
Doo-doo-doo.
Gender. Give it a break.
All-time fluke.
How about Shinky?
Is that his voice?
Yes.
Is that his real voice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
They did not dub it
Oh,
over.
are you sure? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh. Well, there's like, hey, Ayla. And Sophie says, but the WWE is doing a pay-per-view in the UK. I don't understand why they don't want to tape Raw and SmackDown in the UK. Maybe because they're not taking all their people there.
What was this dude's name again? His new name? Not that I remembered it from the first time, but
I don't remember his name at all.
Imperium.
It's Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig. JVD says, what up, Ayla? And Jacob says, Matthew, you are allowed in my high school. Ayla's like, hey, hi, Walter. Matthew says, gender my balls. Vindicator says, yay, Aaliyah is back from vacation on Catering Island. Hopefully she brings Zai Lee back with her next week. Ayla's like, hey, JVD. And Jacob says, hey, favorite Ayla. Sophie says, Butch is Scrappy-Doo from Scrappy-Doo. And Piccolo's like, what you, Scooby-Doo. And Piccolo says, what you think about the new Batman? It's fucking 3 hours long. So
I went to watch it last night and then looked at how long it was, and I was like, ugh.
God, no. I was like,
2 hours and 58 minutes. I had to go to sleep.
I was like, yeah, no.
It made me tired. I didn't even watch it.
just looking at how long it was made me tired. Robbie's like, so Ricochet gonna beat everyone? Sure. It was like, hey, Jacob. And Walter's like, great SmackDown tonight. Jacob's like, gotta go back to work. Peace out. Bye,
So
Jacob.
what they've done with him is
Get
they've
going
turned
with
him
your
into
custodian
one of those
duties.
guys.
One
One of the
those
bad guys. Throughout the years, there's always been the bad guy, like the country's against bad guy.
Yeah, like what's his face?
Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah, but the other one. He was arrested for bad things. Del Toro or whatever his name
Alberto
was.
Del Rio.
Yeah, that guy. He was a bad guy, too.
Yeah, but not because of his nationality.
So was Rusev. He was a bad guy.
Rusev's another one that they've done. Usually they kind of keep it up in that area, Russia area. Or this guy's more German, or whatever color that is. I think it's German.
Matthew says the Fourth Reich. Woo! Ayla says it was okay, fellas. Not my favorite. JVD is laughing, and Pickle's like, thought it was Scrappy-Doo from Power Rangers. I thought so, too. Walter's like, boo, Gunther. And Sophie says, do you see AEW doing a United Kingdom pay-per-view at some point?
Yes. At some point.
Ask this question.
I think the Europeans are very good fans of wrestling. And if they're going to go to the WWE thing, they're going to go to the AEW thing. It's fine.
We're going to do it all of it. Every single thing. They love it so much. DVD says, yeah, I had people say the new Batman was better than the Dark Knight, but I highly doubt it. Robbie's like, what crap is this on now?
I don't know if I've seen the Dark Knight. What's the Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight is the Batman before the Batman.
Who was in it?
Christian Bale, I think, was the Batman.
Oh, okay. He's a pretty good Batman. Wasn't he in a few of them?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he was.
So Team Edward
Maybe.
is the Batman, and it's better than the old Batman. Huh. I would have never guessed. Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I don't know. Robbie says, what crap is on now? Piccolo says, I'm probably a movie snob because I think it was the best live-action Batman ever. live action. What the fuck?
Wait, hold on. It's live action?
What? What? It's live action. Oh man, Piccolo, that's funny shit right there. You're funny. Sunil Mahal is in the chat. Hey, Sunil says, I will win that IC title. And once again, your modern day Maharaja will be champion.
Yeah, you're not wrestling for it tonight, though.
Yeah, it's your dude friend.
Sing or whatever.
Yeah, Shanky.
Shinky.
Sophie says the Batman was an okay movie. It was like definitely not JVD, not even close. So Vindicator says, Dalethea, you dare the question the voice of Ludwig von Kaiser Jr. He is Germany's finest mediator. Gunther would settle for no less, not even Butch. Robbie says, not gonna lie, Ricochet is crap. Got nothing about him. JVD says, Ayla, yeah, that's why I didn't go out my way to watch it. Matthew says, these guys are not C experiments performed in These guys are not C experiments, but C as in peepers C, performed in Antarctica during the 40s and 50s, where they were assisted by aliens in the Andromeda Galaxy to create the ultimate weapon.
That makes a lot of sense.
Matthew, why are you spouting cray-cray right now?
It's on Ancient Aliens, so it's fact.
Ayla's like, personally, for me, I'm not a huge superhero movie person, so I thought it was okay. I wouldn't watch it again. Dark Knight, I watched like 4 times. Walter says the next WWE pay-per-view will be good, and Matthew says, Ayla, that's because Christian Bale is the best. No. Michael Keaton is the best Batman, followed by Adam West. Vindicator says, Robbie Ricochet is the most athletic guy on the roster. WWE booking are absolutely horseshit. And they gave him no chance to elevate the Intercontinental title.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Teddy Goods?
Oh, some weird guy we don't know.
Teddy Goods.
Teddy
Old
Goods.
Theodore here.
With a Z. Did you spell it with a Z?
Like the boys.
Like the boys.
Double the flavor.
The flavors.
All right, Gunther's going to just take this kid apart.
Walter says the next WWE pay-per-view will be good. And Matthew says, Ayla, that's because Christian Bale's... Oh, I read that. Because says they
just tap out now.
They tapped into Riddler's psychopathic psyche. It was incredible. Sophia says the United Kingdom haven't had a live episode of Raw or Smackdown since the pandemic. Walter says commercial trivia, LOL. Sorry, Walter. I've been doing it, and then I forgot one, and then you come at me. Sophie's like, the Dark Knight movies was better than the Batman. Matthew says, LOL, live action. I mean, it isn't a cartoon, so I get your point. LOL, because like, LOL, I like cartoon stuff. Sue me.
Oh, big slap.
Okay, well, that makes more sense why you would say live action. I'm just like...
Theodore Good here is not very good.
Why would you say that? I'm not going to sue you. I like cartoon movies too, my friend. Like, most of the time, that's what I'd rather watch.
Gunther.
Sophie's like, I watched The Batman twice. Both times I regret watching it. Then why would you watch it a second time? Like, if you already know you're going to regret it, why would you do it again?
Yeah, you can't get back
that's
those 3 hours of your life. That's like, oh, the stove is hot. Let me touch it once. Ew, it's hot. And then you touch it fucking again. And then you're like, man, that's hot. Duh. Stove is hot. Big stomp right in his upper back.
JVD says, I don't see any Batman series topping the Dark Knight series. And Ravi says, Vin, he's still crap. Stats mean nothing. Sophie says, I agree with Christian Bale as the best Batman. Coming in close second is Michael Keaton. And Piccolo says, well, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Blah, blah. That's right, Piccolo. Blah, blah on your opinion. Blah, blah.
He likes Team Edward.
He's like, I really like it when the sparkly guys become Batman. It fulfills me with joy.
Who's the cat lady? Do we know her? Is she famous?
I don't know. I don't know her.
2 and 3.
Walter says, okay, Gunther in a match. Yeah, and he won. Gunther.
It's like guttural. There.
Oh my God.
Gollum.
We're not Golluming it. That's horrible. Horrible. I'm leaving. Vindicator says more terrible booking. This is exactly what they did to Karrion Kross. booked him into oblivion. Now it's rinse and repeat with Gunther. Nobody will care if he faces Roman now, having only fought jobbers.
Well, now we need an American hero to wrestle him down the road.
Who's the American hero? Drew McIntyre.
He is not American.
Oh.
Is there anybody that comes out with an American flag?
No.
Oh!
Ooh,
I saw
Chad
Jim
Gable.
Duggan. Yeah, but he's a bad guy. But yeah, maybe.
They're the Alpha Academy. Robbie's like, D, don't be slacking on the trivia. Sophie says Ben Affleck is the worst Batman. And Pico says, I was wondering the same thing, D.
So this guy used to be giant and fat and ugly, and now he's not too bad.
Huh, yeah.
You notice that? He's put in a lot of work.
He has, yes. I noticed it last week when we watched him. Pico, wondering which part. I'm not sure. I lost track of what we were talking about. Walter's like, Gunther won. Boo. Sophie says, I saw the Batman the first time in theaters with my roommates. The second time with my mom when it hit HBO Max this week. Walter says, USA, USA, USA. And Sophie says, the cat lady is played by Lenny Kravitz's daughter, Zoe Kravitz.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. JVD's laughing.
Oh,
I remember this
okay.
dude, Berto, at my old job, went to take the beef out the oven, and he forgot to put oven mitts on. Laughing my ass off.
Oh, that's funny.
Is that what we were talking about? Like,
yeah, burning yourself.
Oh, like if you're going to watch the movie and you're like, I'm going to watch it again even though I hated it the first time. Like, are you going to change your mind? Because I don't. Like, if I watch something and I don't like it, I never want to see it ever again. Like,
I'll watch it again, just in case I'm
like,
older and more mature.
And
it's just a different movie.
Can't.
It means more to me.
Maybe once in a blue moon. I mean, you know, I sometimes maybe, but like I know as a child I wouldn't appreciate older movies like, you know, Gone with the Wind and things like that possibly. But there are a lot of things that I watched as a child that I actually really enjoyed, like Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Showboat, Lawrence of Arabia. Those are all old ass movies that I watched that I liked and enjoyed as a child. But there are movies I will never, ever, ever put myself through watching again, and Titanic is one of them. Ever, ever, ever. I am sick at myself that I even saw it once. It made me want to throw up the whole time. It was horrible. Horrible. Horrible.
Speak of the devil.
He's a devil. Anyways, Pico's like, y'all think you're funny, laughing, bedazzled Batman. Whatever, I do what I want. Come on. He'll never not be the sparkly vampire. He'll always be. It's just like Kristen Stewart will always be Bella. And she will always be this person.
Mouth breathing.
Because that's how she is.
She always got her teeth out and her mouth open.
Yeah, RK Bro. He's all excited. Why is he smiling?
Kneel to the steel.
Oh, it's Sami Zayn.
Sammy.
What happened? Why is he excited now? What's he excited about? What were they talking about?
I didn't hear it.
Oh,
You were
okay.
talking about
Sorry.
Sparkly Boy.
My bad.
Here comes Randy and Riddle. The RK Brosifs.
So I was like, this Gunther guy is going to end up in catering soon. Can't they book him to fight someone on his level? Matthew says Austin Theory is a global hero.
It's just theory now, but yes, he is very global hero.
No, he's a bad guy. He's in Vince's pocket. He's not a hero.
He's the American
He's
hero.
a zero.
He's the American hero.
A big fat loser zero.
American
So he
hero.
says Cody also could be an American hero. Vindicator says they need Cody Rhodes to put Gunther in his place, Travis, since he's the only American proud enough to use American in his nickname.
I'm okay
Pickle
with
says
that.
Walter is much better and more intimidating.
But you've
Wait
got
on.
to let Gunther become a dominant heel for the next couple of years, or at least a year and a half. And I mean, absolutely devastate all the baby faces. Then Cody can beat him.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, if they just had Cody wrestle him and beat him, then his career's basically done.
Yeah.
You can't have him lose already.
Right, yeah, no. Pico says Walter is much better and more intimidating with weight on. Is he? Robbie's like, Matthew, is Theory your boy? And Sophie says, have you guys been back to the movie theater since things are slowly going back to normal?
I haven't been to the movie theater since 2005.
Walter says Arcade Bro still good.
Last movie I saw in the movie theater was King Kong with Jack Black.
There you go.
True story.
Pickle says, unfortunately, this is my struggle with the E. Why bother to rewatch? Matthew says, Matt Riddle is an American hero. Look at his gear. Walter says, Drew McIntyre. Sophie says, I go to the movie theaters every couple of months. Ravi says, Matt Riddle is a clown. Look at his gear. Oh, jeez.
Nobody likes his gear.
Here's a trivia question for you. Who defeated Becky Lynch in her Royal Rumble debut to retain the Divas Championship in 2016?
But that was a long time ago.
Matthew says, hello, Ravi. And Walter says, boo. Sami Zayn in the back. Ravi says, oh, D with the funny face. And Vindicator says, Sammy looks like a military villain hiding behind those tanks, making it seem like they contain poisonous gas, LOL. Yeah, he's Fidel Castro. Completely Fidel Castro.
Or his twin, his doppelganger.
Pickle's like, Kumbaya, Drew Mac, what the fuck? What is this Friends Forever Smack Tea Party? Is that what that shit was? Oh my god. Sophie's like, we know Randy will turn on Riddle at some point since that is the history with his partners or friends. And Walter's like, Riddle for the win. Sophie says, SmackDown doesn't feel like 2 hours go by fast. Vindicator says, I'm impatient. I can't wait on most things for a whole year.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Riddle turned on Randy?
That
And
would
they had
be
Riddle
funnier.
as the bad guy?
Right? And he's like some weird dopey bad guy.
Like just pushing drugs on kids or something. Well, it's because it's kind of already doing that anyways, but.
Right, with his whole
420
thing.
stuff.
Yeah, Matthew's like, Sammy looks like a Unabomber in training or a ship rat. He's a Unabombing ship rat. David says, I want RK Bros' new t-shirt.
The 421 that I was just talking about like 20 seconds ago.
Ravi says, 2005, you like watching films at home. Picola says, bliss. Question mark? Oh, the answers. You guys are answering stuff. Ayla says, we don't go to the movies anymore. I get way too angry at other people. Haha, last time we went, we saw the first It remake. I don't know when the last time I went. When was the last time I went to
You
the
went with
movies?
some women and you watched that one with the kid and he saw God or something. I know that. But I don't know if that was the last time.
I think that might have been the last movie I went to. It
Hope
was
or
some
Hero or
people at
he had
work.
some weird name.
Is it that or was that the book one?
Oh, it
The-
could have been with the ladies in the book.
Maybe it was the book club, whatever one. Yeah. Sophie says, with some movies in my head, it is like a ping pong ball trying to figure out if I want to see a movie in the theater or wait for it to hit HBO Max. Matthew says, people have no fucking manners these days. No, it's called, people don't have manners, but they don't have what you consider, I say it all the time.
Etiquette?
No.
Boundary?
No.
Common sense?
No. It does start with a C, though. It's not compassion. I don't know. Anyways, like, people are just lacking it. Like, it just doesn't, it's just not there anymore. Maybe it is compassion. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, it's not just manners. They just don't have it. It's, like, not there. Like, they just...
Integrity? Oh,
Xia
Xia
Li!
Li! The crowd all cheered when they showed her. I was the protector.
There's nobody worthy of her protection. Ew, she just protects herself now.
So you're a condom? I don't get it. Why is she just protecting herself?
I have no idea what's going on.
They screwed her up. I knew they would. God damn it.
Pico's like, Ayla starting fights at the movies, LOL. Walter's like, I just pay DVD movies. And Ravi says, Ayla does noise of the people eating put you off going. Sophie says, if Riddle becomes a Hill, I could see him being like an RVD like Hill. Pico says, ooh, that was cool. And JVD's like, yes, the 421. And Ayla says, yeah, if you don't sit in the back, you're going to get kicked, or people just talk the whole time. Makes me angry because it's expensive. True. The answer to that trivia question was Charlotte Flair.
Old Charlotte. Charlotte was the Diva champion at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she was. Matthew's like, the sight of people annoys Ayla. Ayla's like, no, Ravi, it's people talking or kicking. Sophie says, it has to be a really great movie for me to want to go see it in theaters. JVD says, Ayla, that's true, and I can easily see you getting mad at people for it. Vindicator says, Dalethea, let's put all the cards on the table right and expose a very important secret. What type of gift will you send Ayla to celebrate the fact she is a mother?
What? Because Mother's Day is coming up.
Is not my
Jey
responsibility.
Uso versus Matt Riddle, or
to
just
send
Riddle.
her anything. I am her pseudo mother. She should be giving me gifts. Walter says, if movie
Step
theaters,
behind. Whoa.
the crowd must be shh until after movie. That's right, Walter. You got it. Pickle's like, stay out of my personal space and I'll stay out of yours. It was like, yes, Matthew, people don't have brains. They have no respect for other people. Sophie says, if it's a movie I'm not sure about, I wait for it to hit HBO Max or Disney Plus or Netflix or Amazon Prime. Robbie says, kicking, really, Ayla? Matthew says, I'm going to start spraying people with fart spray. Ayla says, it came out around my birthday that year and we had some drinks, so I had zero patience. So you were drinking and it made you angry. Robbie says, Ayla, how do you cope on planes then? LOL. Well, there's like loss, and Ayla's like, no, Robbie, not really. I'm lying. Bryce is in the chat. Hey, Bryce says, hello, happy Friday. Hey, we've got one of the Usos beating the poop out of Riddle right now. Which one is this one, Jay?
This
Jimmy?
is Jay.
Jay. Old Jay. Out there doing his thing. So he says, with movies, I'm more picky than I am with TV shows. With TV shows, I watch anything. JVD says, I've never seen any of the It movies. Me neither, JVD.
I've seen 2. I've seen the original series that was on TV.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't seen them either. Pickle says, so who was the last Diva champ? I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it was Charlotte. She's the one that changed the sport when she came up for the women.
Ayla's like, oh, Ravi, laughing. You're annoying. Sophie's like, Charlotte was the last Divas champ. There you go. JVD's like, planes? Yes. I knew he meant planes. Like
Aeroplane?
Like aeroplanes.
Like in the night
He
sky?
spelled it like planes.
Like in the desert? Or in the...
Yes, on the
or
dusty
the buffalo.
plains of the buffalo roam.
Your high plains drifter.
Yeah. Ayla's like, call me Mom, Dalethea. All right, Mom. What's up? Robbie says, oh, Ayla, you're the one chatting a load of BS. And Ayla's like, I get on airplanes weekly. Matthew's like, Ayla, you're an angry drunk. Ayla's like, oh, is that bees? Do people not kick the back of your chair in a theater? You're lucky then. So it was like, AEW Dynamite got 9,000 and something this week.
See, everybody has different values. And so if you judge people through your own values, you'll be disappointed. Right? Like, that's what causes disappointment. Or anger. Or the word disrespect. You can't judge people through our values. You have to judge people through their own values. It's called empathy.
Right?
But
so,
it will take the stress away.
So what would be the best case scenario is that you check behind them to see if anybody's sitting behind them. And then you move seats and you sit behind them and kick their seat for a while and see if they enjoy it.
If that's your values.
It just fixes everything.
Oh, Riddle
like
dropped
that?
down on the announce table.
Do you like it? Bitch, do unto others as you'd have others do unto you.
Right. Golden rule.
That's in the fucking Bible, bitches. Travis could take his crap and shove it up his butt. Quoting Bible crap here.
Eye for an eye. Just ask yourself, what would Jesus do?
He would kick their fucking chair and then turn him into nothing.
So I lit him on fire, watching him burn.
Exactly. Here's a trivia question. Who was the first man to challenge for the WWE Championship at a WrestleMania?
The first man to challenge for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania? Is that what you said?
Who was the first man to challenge for the WWE Championship at a WrestleMania?
I'm going to go with big fat guy.
Yeah.
Like a huge big fat guy.
Big fat guy. Film says, hi, Miss D and Travis. Big hugs, big heart. I'm here. Sorry that I'm a little bit late. No apologies. Nice to see you, Film. Pico says, Ayla gonna pull a Tyson, a.k.a. Will Smith, a passenger.
Right.
And I was like, explain how that is BS. Anyone, how? Sophie says, I don't watch any scary movies. Vindicator says, oh yeah, I having a hand in steering Ayla in the right direction was one of your toughest tasks ever in life, huh, Dalethea? Other than finally saying yes to Travis. Philip says, hey, Ayla, happy Friday. And Vindicator says, maybe Ayla should you the gift some extra catnip for Sir Leopold of London. Sophie says Netflix has been in the news a lot recently this week, which is somewhat surprising. I haven't really given him catnip. They kind of usually aren't interested in it until they're older, and so I haven't even really tried anything like that with him. Matthew says Tyson fucked that dude up on the plane. LOL.
Yeah, I watched that video.
Walter's like, come on, Riddle. And Sophie says Bret Hart re-signed with the WWE, with every wrestling news site are reporting it. JVD says, Ayla, they do. I've had it happen to me before, but that's because it was mostly teenagers and kids in the theater. Piccolo says, do unto others as they do unto you. Golden Rule,
Oh.
Bueller, anyone. Ayla's like, I'm just giving my personal reasons on why I don't want to buy a $15 movie ticket. I just want the popcorn. So the only reason why I went to the movie theater was for the popcorn.
Yeah.
But really, I just go get a bucket and buy my own damn
Brett
popcorn.
would buy a bucket, and then every time he kind of drove by it, he would stop and buy popcorn.
I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go there after we're done, and I'm going to get popcorn and bring it home so I can watch a movie.
It's like 2 minutes away.
Walter says, good Bret Hart still with WWE. Sophie says, even though Will Smith is banned from award shows for 10 years, he is still getting offered roles. Film says, didn't miss the beautiful armpit, Charlotte Queen, Charlotte Flair. I'm probably sure I did. You did, but she was wearing long sleeves, so it didn't matter. Piccolo says, what would Tyson do?
Right?
WWTD, what would Tyson do? Punch him in the face! Oh my gosh, are you okay over there?
Are you watching your show or reading the chat or anything? Or?
You okay? The answer to the trivia question was King Kong Bundy. No, it's your chickens. It probably stopped raining and they're probably like, feed me, Seymour, feed me. Or if it's like, Ayla, that's defo a ripoff. And Walter says Undertaker. Nope. Andre the Giant. Nope. Piccolo said King Kong Bundy. Yeah.
That's what I picked.
That was it. Matthew says, plus movies in theaters can be watched the same day at home for a better experience.
You know, that was WrestleMania 2.
Oh.
Because WrestleMania 1, Hogan was in a tag team with Mr. T.
Oh, they just said at a WrestleMania. It didn't specify which one, so.
Yeah, but it said first.
Who was the first man to challenge for the WWE Championship?
Right.
At a WrestleMania.
Meaning
the first WrestleMania didn't have anybody challenge for the WWE Championship.
So let's move to number 2. Oh, it was King Kong Bundy.
Well,
in a steel cage. Blue steel cage.
Nor do I give a shit.
Maybe you should. That's what match you should watch. Those old ones like that. And you'll see why wrestling was so big in the 80s.
Oh, Riddle missed.
Whoa.
Oh, he missed again.
Oh, Riddle.
He missed again.
Damn, he's missing all over. All Jay's doing is rolling back and forth.
He forgot how to wrestle.
Tribal Chief watching in the back.
It was like, yeah, exactly, JVD. It's just aggravating. Plus, you probably won't get a refund. And JVD says, yeah, avoid theaters too. Film says, hey, Piccolo, happy Friday. Good to see you. Hey, Matthew, what's up, bro? Happy Friday. Walter's like, Riddle, get the win. And Piccolo says, hey, Film, what's good, my friend? Sophie says, I try not to go out that much unless it is for something fun. JVD says the popcorn prices is ridiculous in theaters. Yeah, but it tastes better than what I can make at home. Matthew says, everyone is loving this incarceration of Orton. I think it's his mustache.
Yeah.
Mustache makes everything better.
I will be honest, it is my least favorite Orton. I even liked him when he was younger, when he was the Legend Killer, better than this one. I don't hate it because he's funny and goofy and stuff, but it's definitely not my favorite.
Film says, very good. Just watching a good episode of Friday Night Smackdown with you and Miss D and Travis here.
Woo.
Roberto Lozano's in the chat. Hey, Roberto. Charlotte Flair can't make Ronda say I quit. Maybe she can. Maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird if Ronda actually says I quit. I don't see it.
Walter says, oh, lost. Sophie says, you could do the cheap thing to go to the movie theaters by going to the drugstore to buy candy or whatever you want to eat at the theater.
Yeah.
Mom's like, oh, come on, Armpit Queen, stop wearing those long sleeves. Or Ronda Rousey show her armpits. Or no, she wore a jacket. JVD says, Charlotte makes me say I quit every time I see her on my TV.
So
you and Vindicator both. You guys are in the same league.
She can definitely make Ronda quit if she can make these guys quit wrestling.
Sophie says, wow, Roman finally showed
DDT.
up.
Patented DDT.
Did he? Is that what's going to happen?
But Randy's. Here comes the RKO.
Matthew says, I like the blue steel cage better than the newer ones.
Where's Randy? Just too busy cheering that he got distracted there. Jimmy just goes through a table. It didn't break, though.
Riddle, you should probably turn around,
pay
sweetie.
attention. Uh-oh, here
He's
comes.
Do your shit, man. Stand up.
He's going to super kick him. Thrust kick. Nope.
Oh,
maybe
he didn't
here.
get it.
Pop up.
Oh, he missed it. Oh,
Whoop.
he missed it.
Oh!
Oh, he got it.
His own RK, bro, but backwards. A neck breaker.
Neck breaker.
1, 2, and 3. No, Riddle got that arm up.
What?
Old Jay. Doing it right. Doing it wild.
I don't know if this is real, but Matthew's like, fuck that, Riddle just won. I haven't seen it yet. Sophie's like, WWE 2K22 update this week is so good. Robbie says, I'll film Charlotte doesn't wear long sleeves when she wrestles.
I know that when I had it on the computer, it was way faster.
Yeah. Chris Akani's in the chat. Hey, Chris says, hey, Travis and D. And Sophie says, your thoughts on the new Elimination Chamber? Matthew says, theater popcorn is only good because of that fake butter. I meant incarnation, not incarceration. Oh.
What about Elimination Chamber? Oh, there's a big knee.
Film says, Matthew, happy Friday. Vindicator says, it's funny how the message ticker at the top of the chat scrolling with the letters so close makes it seem like Luke has one very big name.
I did try to put some gaps in there.
Matthew says, this is a decent match.
Oh, Riddle rolls through. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully, Matthew wasn't that far ahead of us.
Right? Riddle just won on our side. Fantastic. Although Matthew said, again, this is a decent match, so who knows what's happening. Films like Robbie, you know me well. So true. Chris says, yeah, WWE 2K game never put out an update like a new arena in any game. I can't remember. It's always outdated. If only they could do that with the wrestlers, but I think they have separate licensing. Pickle says, I've been known to grab a couple mini bottles and spike my soda at the movies. There you go.
We used to take beer in and drink it in the theater. Just leave our beer cans. Just disrespectful.
Matthew's like, hey,
different
Film,
values.
how are you? Film's like, very good. Just happy to be here on the live stream. And Sophie says, when I first moved to Florida, me, my mom, our roommate did the cheap thing by buying stuff at the drugstore before going to the movie theater. Chris says, did Aaliyah try to flirt with Ricochet?
Kind of look like it. She's been doing that over the last few months.
I guess.
We've seen that before.
Sophie says, where's Buzzkill Luke? And Ravi says, which tag team is better in the men's division? Ayla says, someone at my work asked me how I felt about basketball. My answer was, I loved when Bugs won against those short dudes. Ayla's like, we got delusional Ravi tonight. Sophie, Ravi's like, Ayla, that's too funny. Sophie's like, they are setting up RK Bro to lose the championship. Matthew says, I still have my 80-inch wide Jinkos. I snuck a 2-liter of soda and 3 double cheeseburgers with fries into the theater.
The big old pants.
Ayla's like, ha ha ha. JVD is laughing at Ayla. And Ravi says, Ayla always with the hella disrespect. Sophie says, I meant with the new chamber compared to the chamber we were introduced to 20 years ago.
Oh, I can't remember what it used to look like. I'd have to go back and check it out. It's been a long time since I've seen the old one. I know that they used to have a mesh floor, and now they have padding over it, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it's safer for the competitor. I think Sasha's losing so much weight that it's taken her butt with her. I noticed that in a lot of her pictures. See how shredded she's getting in her midsection and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I think her butt's going too.
Mm.
Don't lose that butt. Dun, 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 dun,
It's
dun,
boss
dun.
time.
You can do side bends or sit-ups, but please don't lose that butt.
Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Monday for Raw. Bye, Walter. Have a great weekend, friend. Matthew says, I'm just a few seconds ahead. And Ayla says, right back at you, Ravi. It was like night. Walter and Ravi says, Ayla, I know you got the love for me. Matthew says, have a good weekend, Walter. And Pico says, take care, Walter. Pico says, that's great, Matthew. And Film says, not happy with WWE's decision on breaking up Rhea and Liv. Matthew says, damn, the boss is here. Film says, armpit boss. Vindicator says, message retracted. Ravi says, I'm guessing the Street Profits are props the best in the tag division.
They are pretty good. I think the Usos are up there with them, but...
Ayla says, ha, ha, ha. There's
And the
that
New Day.
division I spoke of. Sophie says, Pat is making a deal with Amazon Prime for both the football games that are going to be on it and for his show to go on it. Film says, let's go. Armpit boss Sasha Banks. It's women's armpit time. And Ravi says, Ayla, stop believing your own hype.
Old hype. They're doing the recap of Monday and what is going to happen. But we are going to get that women's championship match on Monday. Oh, Becky's going to show up. Oh, Randy's 20-year anniversary.
Ooh, Randy Orton. It was like, am I? It was also like, oh, anyways, Matthew, new job. And Matthew was like, Sonya is going to win. Sure.
Ugh,
Sure.
Wishful thinking. Maybe Becky interferes and lets Sonya be champion for a while.
Maybe. Maybe. Sophie says HBO Max is going to have live sports starting with soccer next year. And Robbie says, is it boss time? Yeah. It is boss time, supposedly. That's what's happening. Boss time is happening. But it's commercial time.
I actually had
now.
stock in the company, but I sold it today. The old HBO. It wasn't in HBO, but it was WBD. It's called WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Oh.
I'm the guy you ask who you bought stock, and then I tell you, and then buy the opposite, or don't buy what I bought.
Oh, yeah.
I can be your moral compass, just don't pay attention to what I actually do. Do the opposite. Kind of like Custer. He had that Indian that hung out with him that wanted to kill him.
Right.
And so it was his moral compass. So whatever that guy recommended, he'd do the opposite. Because he knew that guy wanted to kill him. Or if that guy agreed, like, oh, that's a good idea. He'd be like, yeah, shit. It's a terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
We know it didn't work out for Custer in the long run.
Yeah. So it says HBO Max is going to have live sports starting with soccer next year. Robbie says, is it boss time? Yeah. And Film says, hey, Robbie, you know what time it is. And Chris says,
Boss
no
time.
Shopsy. We haven't seen her for a while. Film says, I might have to agree with you, Matthew, on that one. Sophie says, Amazon Prime for football. Is that a smart move or a stupid move in your opinion?
I think the NFL is always a good move. There's just a lot of people that continue to watch it no matter what. Old Piers Morgan. Don't call it a comeback. You can't cancel me. My time is now. I already forgot his name. Piers something. Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan. Pickle says, who would win between Riddle and Sammy Guevara? Riddle.
Yes. That one's not close. I think Riddle wins that one.
Robbie says, D, not excited for boss time. Chris O'Connor says, I love Sonya abusing her power. Sophie's like, Riddle. And JVD says, what's the name of your new cat?
Leopold.
Sir Leopold.
Leopold.
JVD says, Piccola. I will say Riddle. Film says Riddle Piccolo if you ask me. And Robbie says, Film, is Sasha your favorite? It looks like Matthew ignoring my question, turd. Matthew's like, Ayla, yes, I got pissed at my former employer. Management was awful, and the day I quit was after I submitted an ethics complaint. Also, the way the inventory was blocking things. I mean, nothing was done for days. It was a sloppy mess. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to tomorrow to finalize my employment at my new gig. I had a raise, too.
Woo.
So, was the place that you were working about before, by chance, Dollar General? Just out of curiosity. Not your new place of business, but the before-mentioned business.
Sasha and Naomi both look like they moonlight at a strip club, which I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha hates being a good guy, by the way.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't like it. She's really awkward when she does it, too. So it says IMB TV is going to change its name to Free V, and The Rock is going to produce a movie based on a video game called It Takes Two for Amazon.
It takes two to make a thing rain.
Chris says, is Jamie Hayter supposed to be on Rampage tonight?
I think so. Well, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, she is going to be on there, but she is not wrestling. They're just going to interview her, Tony Storm, and the other one.
For the Owen Hart stuff?
Yeah, just because they made it.
Matthew says, done for date. Oh, I already read
Jade
that.
Cargill is wrestling the UFC chick. Broad, whatever.
Paige Van Zandt?
Oh, Naomi.
No, not Paige Van Zandt. Some other
It's that
lady.
tall blonde. I don't know what her name is.
Philip says, Robbie, first favorite is Bliss. So Sasha is,
Natalia
is that fifth?
and
She's my
Shayna.
fifth favorite, but I'm asking what time it is.
Natalia just working everywhere. She's working down in NXT, and she's working up on the main roster.
Sophie says, it will be interesting how many football fans will miss the football games on Amazon Prime. It depends on the team that they are rooting for. It says, yeah, I saw your post about it on Facebook a little. I'm glad you found something better. Patty says, oh, well, I wasn't ignoring you. Deprived of attention lately, you needy whatever eggplant. Film says, I like Sonya Deville, but she needs to show those beautiful lesbian armpits. And Robbie says, Piers Morgan is a proper twat. Not many people really cared about him in the UK. I don't think he's a proper twat. I think that you guys just don't like people being confrontational. You guys just want everybody to just be the same and just go with the flow. Sophie says Apple TV Plus, who has that to watch baseball next month. Some games will be streaming on Peacock. And Film says, Robbie, it's women's armpit time. That's what time it is. And Robbie says, LOL, Matthew.
Oh, he likes you better. Because
LOL,
you have boobs.
you're right. Ayla defo loves attention. Ayla's like, I'm needy, penguin. You gotta let me fly.
Uh-oh.
The penguin.
Natalia just pushed the boss down, and the boss got up all
Film
upset.
says, what the what, Natalia? What are you doing here? I thought you were on NXT 2.0. Matthew says, oh, well, no, it was just a standard convenience store with a food ordering service. I figured that making sandwiches required little responsibility. Nope, lol, I was called into work so many days.
Her title actually has a plate on it that says Boss Time. So that's pretty cool. See it? Boss Time.
As it should.
So I guess he's a babyface that we're supposed to like.
Madcap.
Yeah. I think it's time. I think you
Robbie,
made.
I do. I love it. You figured me out. OMG. Sophie says Natalia's husband is also one of the producers of the WWE. Film says NXT One Night Stand match, Natalia versus Nikita Lyons. So excited for that match. Sophie says USFL is a new football league. And JVD says the cat.
No, he's going to say no.
Yeah, the cat. Leopold. Sophie says, I'm surprised at how many AEW fans made fun of Tony Khan's lame announcement. Stop biting. Oh. Just be nice. Matthew says, by the way, thanks, Ayla. I just got done considering my debt, too.
Madcap Moss.
The next year is about building my credit and house hunting. Robbie says, nah, he's just annoying. He used to do the morning breakfast show. All he did was just moan and patronize people.
Is that guy?
Pierce Morgan.
Pierce Morgan. $6'3", $245.
Robbie says, Ayla, you're
Angel.
so transparent. A little bit of respect for being you. It was like, good for you, Matthew. You must feel great. Thanks for giving me the attention I so desperately needed.
All right, after this commercial break, we're going to have Madcap Moss versus Angel. Angel Garza is what we used to know him for. I wonder if he has to, like, carry that to every place he goes, or if they just tote it around for him. I wonder if they just have a truck somewhere that just has a whole bunch of stuff in it, like their old stuff, like old cages and stuff. They're like, what's in the back? Or if they just have a big storage area somewhere, maybe in, like up there in Connecticut or something. It just seems weird that they have all this stuff somewhere. Hey, let's have a steel cage match. All right, get it out of the trailer.
We brought it with us. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I mocked you.
Hey, Bubby.
Me.
Oh, Leopold.
He has to go get shots on Monday.
Leopold.
Pickle's like, JVD, I immediately have narcolepsy when a Corbin and Madcap Moss segment happens. Matthew's like, see, Madcap is over-accessorized too. Belt or suspenders, not both. And Ayla says, oh yeah, Robbie, thanks for seeing the real me. Sophie says, I'm guessing the Lumberjack match is the main event for the show unless they add a Roman segment out of nowhere.
They showed a little bit of Roman, so they could do a Roman segment, but yes, I would assume that that's going to be the main event. Unless they're trying to build something with Roman. But they haven't even hinted at it yet.
Right.
I guess we could have Roman show up at the end, but I think Roman's going to be wrestling Nakamura this time around more than McIntyre, even though he's going to be wrestling McIntyre in Europe. But it's not going to be televised, so nobody will know unless you have the internet.
Unless you have the internet. Bob says still no news from the armpit. Hippie Goddess Bliss showing up or rescheduled WTV. Miss my Goddess Bliss. Matthew says love my fucking ass off. Ayla, you damn pipehead. LOL. JVD says Piccolo, you ain't joking. And Ayla says I sent you a message on Facebook, Matthew. And Sophie says, do you see this AEW and New Japan crossover pay-per-view be a yearly thing if it's success, or do you think this is going to be a one-off pay-per-view?
It really is just going to depend on a few things. If Tony Khan can work with the Japanese guy and they can split revenue or whatever they need to do. But if it works, they can definitely do it yearly. But I think there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that has to go to make it work. And a lot of people like that New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know nothing. I've been recording it. I was like, should we watch it? We got 2 months from today, basically, until that pay-per-view. Start watching that so we can get an idea who these people are that everybody's talking about. It's going to be a hard one to call that night. Mm-hmm. Especially if every other person's a Japanese name. I'm going to be like, by the time the match is over, I'm going to remember the name, and then it's the next match.
Right.
If it's going to be just straight you versus, America versus Japan.
Right.
I don't know if every match is going to be that way, but.
Right, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. I don't know. I'm sure they'll have more information on as time goes on, right?
Raquel Rodriguez. Little video package. Brick wall waterfall. Raquel thinks she got it all, but she don't. And to do Zaboom with that attitude. Dr. Pepper, 7 up. Mess with me, I'll mess you up.
Why would 7-Up and Dr. Pepper mix?
I don't know. I don't even know if that first one worked. I just threw in Dr. Pepper because it sounded good. Why is he making out with Andre? It's
Because
disgusting.
he's weird. Robbie says, "Oh, Ayla, it's hard not to see the real you as you keep flaunting it all the time." LOL. And Vindicator says, "Travis, make me a happy guy and tell me that Sasha is not losing titles to Shayna and Over the Hill Natalia."
That's not happening.
That's
I think
never gonna happen.
Natalia has too much going on in NXT also. She's a busy girl. Got to be flying all over.
Los Lotharios.
Unless they live there. I guess they could live in Florida,
True.
where the NXT stuff is.
Yeah, that's true. Boom says, "Hey, Ayla, who
Kiss
do
cam.
you think is going to win, RK Bro or the Usos?" And Ayla's like, flaunting, and then she's doing cartwheels in the chat. Jesus. Mother's like, "Ayla, quit being so needy." Boom's like, "Ayla is talking about who's going to win the WWE Unified Tag Team Championships.
Kiss her.
RK Bro or the Usos."
What a lucky woman, right?
I think, yeah, sure. Maybe. That Cap wants him to kiss his ass, though. Sophie says, "With Roman being a unified champion, I thought that means he could feud with everybody on both brands." Matthew says, "Shit, Nashville isn't too far away. SummerSlam." Film's like, "Yo, yes, Raquel Rodriguez." And Robbie says, "Ayla can't stop being needy, Matthew. It's who she is." Vindicator says, "Raquel will likely get the Gunther treatment minus the annoying sidekick or living bullhorn."
Yeah, we'll see how they end up playing that one out. But it is on SmackDown, so she's going to be feuding with some top of the win, with Charlotte at some point.
Mm-hmm. Matthew says, "Rodriguez a force to fear. I want to see her and Bianca wrestle." Robbie says, "So Rodriguez not fighting again?"
No, they're not ready for her yet.
Sophie says, "They got plenty of time to build to the crossover pay-per-view. We don't know if they will build it storyline-wise or AEW TV leading up to it, or if they will throw matches together."
Yeah, I have no idea how they're going to do it. I know they keep asking. If you go to any of their social media stuff, they keep asking people, what matches do you want to see? Not like polls, but they just keep writing that. And that's on Twitter and Instagram.
Ayla says, "Yes, Matthew, it's just me. I'm a needy sausage wallet. I just need all the boys to see me, but they can't because I wear camo clothes." And Ayla says, "Girls too?" Woo-hoo. Sure. Girls too. Whatever that means.
Whoa! Angel. Angel's a very good singles wrestler, so he could win this one, but it would make no sense.
So he only told jokes, or he only stuck with...
Where you at?
Madcap Moss, but
Okay.
they were making a comment
Corbin.
about him being with Corbin, and the only reason mine was with Corbin was something about jokes.
Right. The
Or that-
sidekick.
Corbin would laugh.
Yes.
Oh.
Madcap, look at him just punching away at Angel. Angel's going to have to do something or he's going to lose this match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Humberto is in the ring. Uh-oh, Madcap. Too much. Woo! Nobody likes him, and he's a face. Did you notice not one person in the crowd even cares that he's in the ring? Look at the crowd, everybody at home. That
Look,
shit's
this is
hilarious. Like, nobody in the crowd. Let's see if they stand up when he wins. You saw some people, they didn't stand up. They clapped, though. Look at the whole lower section, the upper section. That guy's got a picture of himself. Yeah, they need to quit this before it even gets going.
Right.
Like, derail this train.
LOL, Ayla not holding back. And Ayla says, "It means I need attention from any gender, all 8,000 of them. It's my world, you just live in it." Bryce says, "Still don't like how WWE changed Raquel Gonzalez's last name to Rodriguez."
Uh-oh, who's behind him? Oh, Corbin. At least he gets some sort of pop, even though it's booze. Unless that's fake. That might not even be real fake booze. That might just be cheers. See, at least everybody there's standing up. It does look real. There's a lot of people booing. Ended days. Nobody cares about that move anymore, Baron. It didn't work against Drew.
They let Drew win because he's a dumb fuck. It was like, no, Robbie, I thought we were talking about me. Bryce says that was a quick match, and Vindicator says, hey, there is my idol, Sir Leopold of Catopia.
Happy Corbin just stole the Andre the Giant memorial Statue of Liberty.
Yes, Vindicator, Sir Leopold of Catopia. And Vindicator wants to know, Travis, do you think if FTR comes back to WWE, they will get as much respect as Cody?
Oh, absolutely. But not as much as Cody, because Cody is from there, where they're not really WWE through and through.
Marvin says, Ayla, it's all about you. Sophie says they literally could start building to the crossover pay-per-view after the mini AEW pay-per-view if they are going to do it storyline-wise.
He's going to get Roman Reigns.
Why
he did. He knocked.
Oh, man.
Well, he heard something.
Yeah, whatever they were
talking about. We missed.
Says, I know, you remind me every time we're in chat. JVD says 8,000 genders laughing my ass off. And Sophie says, it's interesting that Impact isn't involved with the AEW and New Japan crossover pay-per-view since they worked with both companies at one point. Bryce says, Baron Corbin going to steal the trophy. Oh, man. He did it. He took it. He walked off with it.
Yeah, the whole backdoor thing is just weird to me.
Yeah, it's just dumb and strange.
But it is what it is. And I don't know how much stuff they're going to do building up towards the pay-per-view. But they are going to do some. But there is a big pay-per-view at the end of May. And then, obviously, that one's at the end of June. So they have a few weeks after their main pay-per-view. All in.
Right.
Or all out, whatever it's called.
Whatever that one's called.
I think it's all in.
All in, all out, all out, all in.
No, all out. I think the original was all in because they they threw everything in all.
Yeah. Ravi says, Ayla, this chat is nothing without you. And Ayla says, yes, JVD, 8,000 genders. Bryce says, Sami Zayn, however, you don't go after Roman Reigns' title yet. Wait until he loses the title and then become WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
That may never happen.
Right. Ayla says, sure, Robbie.
He might just need to retire as champion. He's going to attack you.
Is that sure you know how to make me feel welcome? Matthew says, Ayla, when did you wake up today? What did you have for breakfast? Did you put gas in your car? Did you see that bird today? What's your pizza topping? I want to know all about you. Tell me everything. JVD says, my proudest life achievement is when I got my bowling participation trophy. Participation trophy makes it all better, right? Sophie's like, some wrestlers think about money before making decisions, and some wrestlers think about creative. It was like, wow, Matthew, calm down. Can't you tell? I'm so transparent. You should be about to just know. Robbie's like, Ayla, I sure do. That's because I'm a nice guy. LOL.
Yeah, I feel like if you have enough money, you're going to worry about creative. But if you don't have enough money yet to retire or whatever you want to do, then you're probably going to worry more about the money side of it. Like Drew Gulak, I doubt he cares about creative right now. He's trying to get paid. And he knows if he goes over to AEW, he's not going to be anything over there either. So he might as well get paid on the WWE side. And then if he wants a legacy later on, he will do something different.
Right.
Because right now he's losing to women.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like, that's a big hole to climb out of.
So some wrestlers think about money before making decisions, and some wrestlers think about creative. I read that. Robbie says, Ayla, sure does. Guy in Pico says, I got a participation trophy at Frisbee Golf. Does that count?
Woo! Yeah.
Totally.
Sounds fantastic.
Film
Was
says,
it up at
Ayla,
Ross
did
Park?
you get my question? And yes, I'm sure Picola was at
Oh,
Ross Park
I thought it
getting
was Ayla.
participation trophies at Frisbee Golf. Ayla says, you literally are the nice guy, the stereotypical nice guy. And JVD says, Piccolo, of course. And Piccolo says, you put your all out in and you shake it all about.
You're right.
Sophie says, this crossover pay-per-view, it seemed like they were planning on it for a while. And Robbie says, Ayla, you know I'm being real. And Sophie says, AEW loves Chicago since all the big pay-per-views end up in Chicago. And Ayla says, I know you are, Robbie. You're so real, it's actually unnerving.
Yeah, they got to do it in a huge city. And there's only 3 huge cities where they can sell out big stadiums. And Chicago's their main one, especially with Punk. I was about to get him. I slipped. Look at this. You have a visitor.
You have a guest. To see you. Broxville coming from you. Pickle says, what's all the rapper ASMR?
Oh, Lord.
Sorry, I'm playing with the cat because he keeps trying to chew on the cords.
He said, I acknowledge you.
Oh, God. Hey, Piccolo, you asked Ayla if she got my question. Ayla's like, sure, Robbie, maybe you should focus on wrestling. And Film's like, here we go again with the travel chief. Oh, that travel chief.
As he's doing it. You have nothing to offer.
Yeah, I was like, sure, Robbie, focus on wrestling and film says, here we go with the travel chief. Oh, you little poop.
So Sami Zayn is talking to Roman, telling him a whole bunch of garbage.
Supposedly heard everything they talk about. Sophie says, who do you think would be the first former WWE talent that is in AEW will go to the WWE Hall of Fame? And do you see the WWE make some sort of deal with AEW for that to happen? He's going to help out in return. He could be a valuable
Like Roman
ally.
needs allies. No. Don't work that way, homie.
Recognize you for what? For what? Hey, no. No. No.
What the hell was that?
I've got people at my show with a mouth about me. Oh.
I don't even know if they really said anything about him.
Grr, grr,
Out their
grr.
mouth. So he did. He's sending his boys.
Oh.
Take my name out their mouths.
Ooh. Gotcha.
Understand?
Ooh. Ah.
There it is. All right, yeah.
All right, so Sophie asks, who do you think would be the first former WWE talent that is in the AEW will go to the WWE Hall of Fame, and do you see the WWE make some sort of deal with AEW for that to happen?
So somebody that was in WWE, so you're obviously talking about Chris Jericho.
Sure. Use that as an example.
I don't think that they have to work out any sort of deal. I think that it would just happen. A lot of those guys can wrestle other places, and if one of those other places is WWE, I'm sure it's allowed.
Right. It's Lacey Evans.
More victim. I thought your dad already beat your mom and left.
Right?
And you were... Where the hell was your mom?
She was on drugs and drinking.
And the dad was too?
I guess. No idea what's going on.
Holy crap. All right, Lacey's telling us all about herself.
He goes like, what? Here, what? I don't know why, Robbie. Matthew says, is clear a color? I don't know. Matthew,
It's black sheer.
Sure.
If you're talking about her top.
Robbie says, oh, Ayla, the brains is too much for me tonight. You have a hella chest tonight. JVD's laughing, and Bryce is like, well, crud, I speak to you soon. All right, Bryce, have a good weekend, man. Beagle says, oh, sorry, Phil, my bad. Sophie says, so with AEW holding pay-per-views on back-to-back months, they could run into the same problem that the WWE sometimes does by building two pay-per-views at the same time. Beagle says, Robbie was living rent-free plus utilities. Bryce says, don't do it, Sammy. Robbie's like, Ayla, with you in the chat, it's hard to focus on the wrestling with your distractions. Pickle says, I have some dishes to do later, play haters. So it was like, Dia's quiet for unusual for her. Just trying to keep the cat from doing things he's not supposed to. Boom says, no, friend, you're all good. I just want her to answer my question. That's all, Picola. JVD says, take care, Picola. Have a good weekend, Picola. We'll see you on Monday. Robbie says, is Sammy gonna get his ass kicked? Trust me. Film says, sounds like Roman Reigns ain't interested in Sami Zayn. Matthew says, OMFG, Lacey crying again. And Sophie
Every
says,
week she tells us the same story, just in different ways.
right? Sophie
Mom
says,
wasn't there, Dad wasn't there. She taught herself how to do everything.
Sophie says, another Orton-Roman feud. They planted the seed for that feud. Then he says, I'm tired of these Lacey vignettes. Same exaggerated hype they gave to Xia Li. Damn this company to heck. Bill says Lacey Evans, and JVD says, this whole sob story is cringe as fuck. Robbie's like, this Lacey gimmick is cooked. Blythe Evans is giving us a weird look in the chat, and JVD says, this Lacey gimmick is DOA. Stop it. Stop playing in the chords, mister. You're going to get kicked out of the room.
Sammy versus Drew.
That's it. You're getting kicked out. You're getting kicked out of the room. Stay out of the cords, you little shit.
He wants that sack.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't want anything but to be a brat.
Lumberjack match, probably after this commercial that Dee decided to leave during.
I will be down with your mom.
You did something about your mom. What? All right, well, it's a commercial break. We got a lumberjack match coming up. If you don't know what a lumberjack match is and you're watching wrestling, I'm sorry. But I can explain it to you. There's a bunch of dudes on the outside of the ring, good and bad, all around the outside. And those guys will try to keep the competitors in the ring. And that's how a lumberjack match works.
Cool beans.
So nobody should leave the ring.
Nobody should leave.
Meaning that Drew McIntyre should win this pretty handedly. If it wasn't for Sami Zayn going into the back and making up shit about Roman and the boys. Dirty Mike and the boys.
Right? Sophie says this Lacey Evans story reminds me of the Lex Luger story. If says Lacey Evans, Karen Pizzilla says, did I flash a bob or two? How am I distracting? I don't know. Why are you flashing bobs, Ayla? Seriously, like nobody likes those haircuts. That's what's distracting about it.
Why do you have Bob?
It was like an actual answer would be cool. Films like Lacey, you're brave and on great, but I would like to see you wrestle. I want to see those armpits on TV. And Robbie says, we get it, Lacey, that you had it hard. A woman growing up, just get over yourself and get in the ring. Sophie says, there are other former WWE legends that work for AEW that aren't in the Hall of Fame yet, like the Hardy Boys, Big Show, Christian Cage, and Chris Jericho.
Old Jericho. Yeah, I forgot about the Hardys. I forget people like them, and they're going to go to the Hall of Fame one day.
Right?
Matt's got to go with his brother as the Hardys, but Jeff could go as a singles wrestler and as a tag team guy. But I think they'll both go as tag team guys.
You think?
Yeah, they'll be a tag team together, but then I think Jeff could go as a solo.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if they'll do that. But they did it with like X-Pac. X-Pac's like a 3-time Hall of Famer or some shit.
Right,
maybe
he
maybe
went
just
in
a
with
two.
himself, other people.
The NWO, and then all. I don't know if he's a single by himself guy, because he's definitely not a Hall of Famer, but he's definitely in the NWO and with the D-Generation X with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I don't know why he's in the NWO one. He wasn't I mean, he was part of it, but he wasn't. If you're going to do that, you might as well throw them all in there.
Right.
And there was a lot. There's probably like 100 NWO members.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Robbie says, is that what your mind is thinking? And Sophie says, these Lacey Evans segments made me miss her first character before she left to give birth to her second kid.
Yes.
Me too.
The Southern Belle.
Matthew
next
is giving
week.
us owls and says, check out my Hooters. He's just asking for an answer. Robbie says, Ayla, just by being you is distracting. Vindicator's like, bye, Leopold. Someday Dalethea will have more patience with you, my friend. It's
Oh, look, an I Quit
being
challenge
patient.
next week.
Being
So who can make their opponent quit in the shortest amount of time next week? So Rousey's going to wrestle somebody. Charlotte's going to wrestle somebody.
Oh.
And whoever can do it in the
Quicker.
quickest time.
Yes. It's not about being patient with him. It's the fact I don't want him chewing on things that I don't want him chewing on. And in this room, there are a lot of things I don't want him
Mansoor's
chewing
out
on.
there, but we do have Nakamura.
Mansoor and Nakamura. Anyways. So. I don't care if he runs around like a crazy and plays and stuff like that. That I don't care about. It's the fact that he might turn things off.
This girl's
or
having
chew on cords that
some
I don't
fun
want.
announcing. In the ring.
Rah. JVD says, Matthew, you have some nice Hooters. Phil says, Ayla,
It's a nice pair.
Dinner at Match Bliss or Bailey. And Matthew says, Ayla has a third nipple that looks like a cooked pepperoni. LOL. It's really hot. Gross, Matthew. JVD says, what did everyone have for dinner? Definitely not a cooked pepperoni. I haven't had dinner yet, really. I had cookies. Robbie says, message retracted. Film says, at least Ricochet is still WWE Intercontinental Champion. Matthew says, Ayla, if you were a piece of party equipment, you'd be the mirror ball. Film says, yes, beat the clock. That's one's interesting. Let's go. Armpit Queen Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair for the win. Robbie says, Matthew, Ayla is defo checking out your Hooters.
Sammy's left 2 weeks in a row.
I am the best person in the world, plus is hit my pants. Fun. Hey, pants. How's it going? Message retracted. It was like, no, really, I'm just asking because honestly, I was speaking to you at all. You addressed me. I was talking to Matthew like I have since I joined Wrestling Gab. I was talking to JVD too and Fat Lisa. Or, sorry, Tim. Film says I'm cheering on McIntyre to beat Sami Zayn, and Michael Marriott's in the chat. Hey, Michael.
Hello.
Says, what's up? How's it going, man?
Getting ready for this main event.
I counted it was 5, looking like a pizza cow. A pizza cow. That's terrible. Pizza cow.
Drew McIntyre's got his prison shank.
Yes. He definitely likes to try to impale people with it. Anyways, Michael Marriott says, interesting match.
Here comes Sammy. We got about 13 minutes left. So what's going to happen in the next 13 minutes?
Matthew says, LMFAO, what the fuck, you're fucked up, champ.
Halula kick. A huluva kick.
Haluva kick.
Haluva.
Hell of a kick.
Haluva.
Bryce says, I seriously just want to see Sami Zayn win this match. I'm tired of them having a losing streak.
Yeah, I like Sammy better than Drew also.
Yeah. But it probably won't happen, right? Because he's like some kind of weird bad guy or something. Michael says, this isn't WWE related, but I think you should do an NFL draft.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know when the draft is, but that would be a lot of fun.
Do an NFL draft live. I wouldn't even know what to say.
You just talk about the talent. They're going to show how fast they run. It is like, well, I don't know about, we'd have to just do night one, which is round one. But it's like 15 minutes between picks, and there's 32 picks. So it takes a while. It's like a 3 or 4 hour show. But it's a lot of fun. And then the second day, which we wouldn't do, or they cut the picks down to like 10 minutes and then 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. We used to have the most fun doing drafts when we were younger. We'd predict who was going to be next. We would get drunk, hammer drunk. But it was on Saturdays then. Now it's going to be on a Thursday.
That's a weird night.
Oh, look at that. Rolls right to the outside. Right into the bad guys. Xavier. I mean, bad guys as in for him. He needs to roll out to the other side. Go to gender. He goes to the same side again. Oh, he got through. He almost ran away. Shanky helped. Drew's just laughing.
Yeah, I find Drew kind of pathetic at this point.
What a pathetic loser. Is Drew going to be the guy that beats Roman for his title?
Jesus Christ.
He is the chosen one, right?
Is he? Is he?
That's what Vince said 25 years ago or whatever it was. Not quite 25 years ago.
Yeah.
But poor Sammy's just getting beat up.
Right. Normal. Bryce says, with honesty, I'm not giving up on Sammy. I just think WWE just needs to give him a chance.
I like Sammy. Sammy's doing fine. This character is actually not too bad. Look at this. Sheamus, Ridge Holland.
Michael says 28th to the 30th. Matthew says, LOL, this match should be fun. JVD says, I actually had a sausage, pepperoni, and cheese pizza for dinner.
There you go.
So you had Ayla's nipples on your pizza? That's pretty gross, man.
Oh.
Bryce says, Sammy, come on, what are you doing? Go fight Drew McIntyre. Michael says April 28th and April 30th NFL draft. Ayla says, was it everything you wanted? JVD better than Farmers Only. And Sophie says, oh boy, we are going to see Ronda in action next week. And Bryce says, no hate for McIntyre, but Sami Zayn deserves better. Sophie says Sammy and Kevin Owens both kind of have the same storyline going on in different ways. Jimmy's like laughing at Ayla's what? Yeah, Jimmy, you gotta go back. You have to go back and read Matthew's comment. Matthew said Ayla has a third nipple that looks like a cooked pepperoni. She said 3. Last I counted it was 5, looking like a pizza cow. It was like, stop it. No more. Jamie's like, Ayla, it was great. Phil's like, I will say it. I know some people might disagree with me on this one, but I'm just going to say it. Part 1 of 2, great. Ayla's got stuff said to Jamie's somebody's like, whenever Ayla's in here, D goes nuts. Matthew's like, I'm my fucking ass off. Oh my fucking God, we're fucked up. That's commercial, by the way, guys. There's nothing happening.
There is nothing going on. We are at a commercial break, but it is a lumberjack match.
The WWE Universal title is not a world championship. I just see that title as a singles title, like the Intercontinental Championship and the U.S. Championship, in my honest opinion. There you go. That's what he said. That was what he wanted you to know. Did you get it?
I didn't hear.
Of course you didn't.
Well, you're busy.
The WWE Universal title is not a world championship. I just see that title as a singles title, like the Intercontinental Championship, the U.S. Championship, in my honest opinion, part 2 of 2.
Yeah, just because it's newer. It doesn't have the street cred.
He's laughing with fucking ass off. So he's like, I think this channel finally cracked again. He was laughing about it. He's like, pizza feels like, oh yeah, what did you get yourself into? And he was like, cow pizza. Jimmy's like, I was like, what is going on? You don't need to know. You don't need to know. It all started with Matthew's comment. Jamie needs to eat pizza. So it all just interlinked together. Just felt like it all went like it should together. Somebody says, I left the channel for a little bit. What happened in this chat to make D go nuts like this?
Looniness.
I didn't even have my mic closed.
All right, we're back. Sami Zayn laying on Drew McIntyre's back.
Well, since I'm not allowed to have any fun. Yeah, like a lumberjack match. Whoa. Yippee skippy doo dah. Oh, push him out there.
Watch. Look at that. Sheamus wants to just grab
Sheamus
him.
is like, here, let me help you get him out of there.
The Usos are out there, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't think the Usos were out there before. Well, they're out there to help.
Or are they just standing
Where the hell
there?
is Butch?
Where is he? Where is he? I was like, Ayla, this chat doesn't revolve around you. This is a wrestling reaction stream.
Lord.
The chat should pertain to wrestling only. My impression of Luke, LOL. Good job, Matthew. Perfect. It was like, for real though, pizza sounds great. Jamie is laughing. Delete that. What? Have to be serious now. Serious, people. Be serious. This is a wrestling show.
Drew, another throw. Neck breaker. Kip up.
Sophie says this week marks Randy Orton's 20-year anniversary of being in the WWE.
It is. They're going to celebrate it on Monday.
And in a couple months, it will mark John Cena's 20 years in the company. We don't care about him.
John Cena hasn't been in the company for like 2 years.
He hasn't even been wrestling. Who gives a shit about him? It was like, hey, Luke actually likes me laughing.
Sammy rolls back to the outside. Right at the feet of the arcade. Oh, the Usos super kick, thrust kick, whatever you want to call it, right to Randy Orton. And then throw Riddle right into the ring post.
Ooh, super kicks.
So now they're leaving? That's all they were doing?
That's all they had to do?
Oh, there's just a lumberjack fight. But
the lumberjacks are having a problem with each other. Yeah. They don't like each other.
They're not really lumberjacks. They're just lumberjacks in the
Sammy
match.
almost got away.
Drew grabbed him from behind.
Grabbed him by his mouth. People were weirded out by it.
Fireman's carry.
I'm weirded out by it.
He's going to walk up the stairs with him on his back. No. He's just going to throw him in the ring. His back's got a little mark. Oh, Jinder Mahal from behind.
Oh, get him. Kill him. Beat him up.
It's a beatdown.
Matthew says, Eli tried Outsider's Chicago deep dish pizza last night, and it was actually all right for not being pizza.
McIntyre was rolled back into the ring by Jinder Mahal.
Oh, yes, they're back in there where they belong, but we saw the Lumberjacks out there having a fight. So Sami Zayn's got to escape. Where'd he go?
Well, I don't see where he went. Maybe he did take off.
Did he escape?
He did. Whoa!
Oh, he threw
right
himself
down
on
onto
top
everybody.
Of all the people. And Sami Zayn escaped somewhere, but nobody knows.
Shinky looks like he might have hurt his knee. Hopefully that's not real.
Shinky's knee is probably broken.
Sami get in the ring and there's a count out. Either that or run away. Oh, no. Drew would get up. They're cutting it out because they're saying, holy shit, the crowd.
That's bullshit. That's dumb, Fox. Shit is nothing.
So Drew's going to win. That kid's super excited to see Sami. Uh-oh, Pierce. Put him in a steel cage. The strap match.
Oh, God, please, no.
They're putting him in a cage.
It's happening in a cage. Sammy's favorite thing's going to happen.
they're recording it later, so. Jinder. Going after Drew.
Go Jinder. You tell him where you don't like it. That's my no-no
Now
swear.
hit his music.
No, that's my no-no
Shinky looks
swear.
like he's okay, so.
Vindicator says, Ayla specializes in taking any and all chat streams completely off the rails, and that's a skill that I'm very jealous of not having. Maybe someday she will teach me the tricks of the trade. Sophie says, I thought they were going to do Roman versus Shinsuke for Mania Backlash with the way he beat him up the week after Mania. JVD says, well, the pizza I had was really good, though. Matthew says, a little pizza will never be the same again. Feels like, did Pete Cole left? Yes, he left earlier. It's sad that he left, but he did. Ayla says, Vin, this is the only live stream I'm in, so yes, facts, Vin's cheesy grin. And Matthew says this Lumberjack match went to hell. Although maybe next week there will be a 20-man over-the-top battle royal will settle this debacle. No. It'll be a cage match instead.
I know. They're not. You notice how they're not showing the ceiling because there's already a cage hanging up there. Yeah. You know there is.
Sophie says, I'm guessing they're going to do Drew versus Sami in a steel cage next. And Nayla says, Vin, first you need 5 nips. Large and charge ones. Then you need to weigh at least 130 pounds. Matthew says, Sami and Drew in a cage. Ayla says, now you have a pizza crown. Pizza cow, that's all my tips, man. Sophie says, I called that before it was announced. And Matthew says, oh my. Philip says, Ayla, oh wow, look, Jinder Mahal's here. Luna says, so much for a 3-man band reunion. Matthew says, nips and hips, baby. And Sophie says, so how is this going to build up Drew versus Roman for Mania Backlash for next week? Vindicator says, Sami is a little bit braver than I thought. It's always dangerous going through the crowds, especially in the dungeons of New York State. And JVD says, as if pizza couldn't get any better. It was like, glad I could help JVD. Matthew's like, Sin, watch your mouth. Bryce says, I'm not going to lie, I was embarrassing. Matthew says, Vin, watch your mouth. Bryce says, come on, Sami Zayn. And Vin says, but anyway, time for me to get ready for the world to make sense again with a show called Rampage, which I know Travis and Dalethea care nothing about. Bryce says, okay, guys, I have to go. See you on Monday. Bye. Golflashy says, I'm gone. I'm off to the strip club. That's great.
Awesome.
Vindicator says, I got the 130-plus pound part down, Pat Ayla, and definitely work on the rest. Yeah, you got to get those 5 pepperoni nipples. JVD says, take care, everyone. Peace. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. And yes, he's going to tear him apart with his bare hands, I guess. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you definitely on Monday. Everybody have a great and safe weekend. If you're a big boxing fan, there's a big boxing pay-per-view tomorrow night of Tyson Fury and what's the guy's name? Dillian White.
It's the heavyweight championship of the world.
Heavyweight championship happening. So if you're a big fan, it's on tomorrow. It's going to be during the day, everybody. So
it's in London. It's at Wembley Stadium. There's going to be 100,000 people watching.
Yes.
They're live. I don't know how many people are going to be watching at home on pay-per-view, but it's a big spectacle. Spectacle.
Yep. Spectacle.
So, anyways, if you're a boxing fan, that'll be on. We're not going to be covering it. But
Nope, we won't.
So,
good night, Matthew. See you, Vindicator. Bye, Ayla. Good night, JVD. Good night, Film. Thanks for all the love, guys. Have a great rest of your night and a safe weekend.
We'll
see you Monday.
See you on Monday. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab.